but what? And handling. Listen, I'm en route. I'm on my way back home, so I'm just sitting in the airport. I got a few minutes before my flight leaves, so I just wanted to come and chit chat real quick. So I seen what's going on with Remy Ma. Yo, that was crazy. I actually seen that last night before I went to bed. Um, that is a crazy situation with Remy Ma, just her whole family in general. Also, want to talk about Cardi B. This album rollout is so tired. I seen she posted that trailer or some shit yesterday. All she's doing, like, let me tell you, we'll wait until we get to that point, but I'll talk about that. And then also Diddy verdict watch that's going on today. You know, the jurors are deliberating, passing notes back and forth, asking for transcripts related to, the witnesses and all that. So some people are saying that we may get a verdict either today or tomorrow. So I want to know how y'all feel about that as well. Whose side are you on? If you're on anyone's side at all, do you believe that the trafficking was definitely, you feel like there was definitely sex trafficking as it pertains to Diddy, or do you feel like there was a RICO? Uh, and it's interesting that a lot of people feel a lot of different ways, but what I find in this social media space when it comes to a lot of people who follow a lot of different content creators, I noticed that, and let me know if you feel like this too. A lot of people only feel the way of the people who they watch. It's like, have a brain of your own. Like, this is your life experience. This ain't potent pondering experience. This is not like the way that I feel might not be the way that you feel. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah. Yo, you know what? Just to say this real quick, right? I was on Twitter the other day, and sometimes I feel like people even and I know that this person is here too because I've seen their name multiple times, but they just be saying stupid shit, and I had to block their stupid ass off my page. Like, sorry, you gotta go. Like, just I don't know, take that shit somewhere else. Like, I feel like a lot of y'all follow a lot of different people with that group things and shit, and y'all be trying to come and forcing that on me and under my posts, and I just gotta block you. Like, that's just what it is. We ain't family, we ain't friends, and you just gotta go, point blank. So I hate for you to feel disposable, but you gotta go. I just hate that's why I turn my comments off. Like I really, to be honest with you, some people tweet purposely to get attention. I don't tweet for that reason. I tweet to what's on my mind. I don't really care if I get one retweet, one like, or anything, you know? That's what makes everything better. Like when you do content creation and you don't expect any views. When you tweet and it goes up, and you like, oh, it did its thing. It's like so don't expect it, you know? But yeah, man, I want to say this first as it pertains to the whole Remy Ma situation. Now, the woman of the man who was unalived by her son, Remy Ma's son was indicted like he has seven indictments, including second degree murder. Some other things too. I can't remember what it was, but he's indicted. And Remy was in court. She had this huge dress on. It's like Remy got a nice shape. I wonder why she was wearing a dress like but I think that Remy gets it now that she's on the other side of going to prison. She probably feels like, oh, she's gonna show up like a mother and wear this huge dress that make her look like the grandmother that she really ain't in her grandkids' life though. Like that's crazy to me. Let me tell you something, right? And you might even experience this in your family too. And it's unfortunate, but some families you gotta just realize they ain't shit. Some families just ain't shit. Like I really thought about that today when I was just a few minutes ago in the airport. I'm like, Remy went to prison for shooting somebody. If you Google this, Google Remy Ma's sister. Remy Ma's sister was arrested in 2018 for shooting somebody in the damn parking lot in North Carolina that. And then Remy's son unalive somebody. Now, let me tell you this, right? This is why, and I understand that money is not everything in all situations, but I would think that access to things would make you prevent you from doing other things. Like for me, I say money ain't everything because I always think about my freedom first. Let me know if you process stuff like that. Like before you react on somebody, before you get to going off on their ass or you want to do something crazy, don't you think about your freedom? Like, nah, I can't do that. Some people don't think about their freedom and they just snap and they just go off and do stupid shit. And now your whole future is just messed up, you know? And unfortunately, this is gonna cost Remy Ma money. And Papoose already alluded to that the bag is low over there too. The bag is definitely low over there, and that's why she running around easy, the block captain, trying to get battle rap events popping. I ain't mad at her. She ain't no best selling female rapper, and She got to do what she got to do. She got to work her. She has to take her low tier celebrity and shower it over battle rap and try to soak up all of the fans and views over there. But she still ain't bigger than Smack though. She's still not as big as Smack. But yo, it's just sad. Like, if you think about the school to prison pipeline, like some people and some people just they don't have a chance at all. They just don't have a chance. Like, you ever like I know you've seen families experience families that you grow up with and they all slow, and then you experience families where they all have behavioral issues. It's really a thing. It really is. Like, I was having this conversation with my niece, and not just to be like, funny or anything, but I was like, her mom had a baby by this guy who was problematic, in and out of jail, prison, all of that, right? And I've observed my niece's little sister on a few occasions, and I noticed the stark differences from when my niece was a little girl and from when she was a little girl. My niece wasn't. I'm not gonna say every kid has their flaws and they need, like, she was well reserved, like, respectful. She did stuff, but every kid does something. But her little sister is just bad, like just running around doing stuff, running under tables, about to hit her head on the table. Like, listen, you hit your head on the table, man. Listen, she gets off the hook. And I was telling my niece that a lot of the times when you have kids by a person, you don't realize what you sign up with. Like, all of that stuff, all of that is in your genes. Why do you think that a lot of women, lesbians, when they have kids and they go to the sperm bank, they looking for the person who was a high achiever, or they were very successful, because they want that DNA. When you have DNAs from like a bum or somebody who has, like, I don't know, just a multitude of things going on, you basically you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know. And I'm gonna tell you that that shit is real, because with my dad, right? He has this tick in him where he could go off and he could just snap and spaz, right? All of my brothers, all three, all four of us, we all have this tick in us where we could, but I control mine, to be honest with you, because I learned at an early age in my 20s that when you go off on people, like, like when people be like, I spaz, I did this or whatever, right? That's not a good feeling, and it doesn't serve a purpose for your nervous system. So I control that, and nobody's ever going to get me to that point where I got to get like out of body and I'm snapping, and then your hands are shaking and stuff. The most way I could kind of like, so that you can understand, you that might have happened to you, but you remember like Mob Wives, when that lady would get mad and she was like that. I related to that shit, and her hands would be shaking. That shit is not good for your nervous system, and some people live for the drama. I don't. But anyway, I feel bad for Remy Ma, and, like, it was funny when she was running down them damn court steps. She had the damn dunks on with that big ass dress. I was like, "Come on, Remy." She was like, fight me then, fight me." Now, I understand that that woman could have been antagonizing her because she lost her dad, and it's just like, you see this bitch live and live in color, so she tried to press her. She was calling Remy ugly. She's like, "I don't got makeup on. I ain't ugly," or whatever the case may be. I was like, "Yo, this is like a really that was some shit. That was some, like, yeah, that was just crazy though." And I would have thought, wait, yo, stop asking me these questions. I'm not even in New York no more. Like, leave me alone. Like, yo, you know what's so crazy? If you have an issue with me doing this, first and foremost, I don't go live like that. But when I'm live, right, like right now, and I'm not talking about a focused topic, yeah, I am going to venture off and talk about other things. This person came in my comments the other day. They was like, listen, then I clicked their name. They never made a comment. They was like, this is why I don't like your channel, because you be talking about random other things. Listen, this is my channel. Go make your own channel. Listen, if you don't want to hear the additional anything else that I'm talking about, don't click on the damn channel. This is not, listen. And I mean this, and I mean this to any celebrity that I like, anyone that you could think of. I don't got to name them. You don't own me. Subscriber, you don't own me either. I talk about what I want to talk about. You don't own me at all. None. Nobody does. And nobody owns you. I don't own you either. If you decide that you don't want to come back to this channel, listen, do you. Do you, you know? But anyway, I got this one brother. He's my older brother, right? My older brother. He loves that when I come in town, he think he gonna run me. He be like, do this, do that, do this. I be not taking this phone call. Me and my aunt both talked about it last night. Like, yo, this nigga is really crazy. He said he's so demanded. Yeah, but guess what? I'm gonna put your ass on a low simmer. You're not gonna do that to me. You're asking me all these damn questions while I'm here. Like, I got boots on the ground. I'm doing shit. Like, my mom, she is so over me being in Houston. She can't wait for me to move back to New York. And I can't wait to be back home with her too. And I'm her only son that she really wants that from. That's why I'm like, I served my purpose in Houston. I've been here 10 years, but it's time to go home to be closer to my mom. She needs me more than anything. So I'm happy that I'm transitioning. Like, I'll give more information on that soon. I have to be careful about what I share because I have secret people who watch me, like whether it's family or friends close. And then when people think you slow, right? I'll be having a conversation on here like this, and then when I start speaking to certain family members, they'll bring it up like I'm stupid, like I don't know you was listening to me. Just make yourself known. Just say, "Hey, I'll listen to your video," but they don't do that shit. They rather just stalk you on the low and then make it seem like they thinking about the same thing you thinking of, but they really stalking you. Just make yourself known. And I know that they hate that I'm saying this because I know that you listening. I'm telling you, this is a small world. It's a small world, and people they follow things. They do. So anyway, I feel bad for Remy. I do. I just feel like that family don't got a chance. Damn, Remy went down for 8 years shooting her damn friend. Damn, little sister shot somebody and ran them over or something. I can't remember the specifics of the story. And then the damn son is going to prison too. Like, damn, like the whole family just like, yo. And knock on wood. Listen, we don't know what tomorrow brings, but my mother has four sons. And you already know being in a black community, having four sons. My mother is 70 years old. It's like she got four sons. Ain't none of them. Now my brother's been to prison, but ain't none of her kids die behind the gun. Now listen, I could walk out and something could happen to me any day. I ain't saying, but I'm just saying as of now, and all her children is in their 40s, 50s. My mother ain't none of her kids ever. You know what I'm saying? And I can't imagine how that feels to either a parent if their kid did it or if their kid took somebody's life. I don't know. I just felt like Remy should have had more remorse for that girl. I know she probably was antagonizing her on them steps or whatever, but can you imagine somebody killing your father and then the mother of the person who did it is Remy Ma, and she's sitting there looking the way that she was looking with an ice grill on and all of that? Let me tell you something. Not to diss the people of New York City either, but y'all some different beings. Even the people upstate, you got some hood rats up there that glorify that whole street murder shit. They glorify it. No, I don't. Like my mom, I thank God that like nah. I was actually telling my aunt about that the other day. Like I'm so grateful that my mother's side of the family and my father's side is completely different. I kind of veer more to my mother's side. They the more successful, more college educated. We always have good conversations about like different things, politics, like black centered conversations when we have events. My father family is just ghetto, like and I don't and I remember my brother would say to me, like, "Oh, you ain't one of us, you one of them." Like, that's okay too. I don't listen, that's fine. That's fine. But I know this though. People like to be around people who they could be low lives around. I don't want that. I want to be around people who's gonna elevate me. Do you ever notice that? People like being around other people. If they got low life behavior, they want to be around other low lives because you know what? They ain't gonna ask you to rise to the occasion. Yo, they not gonna do that ever. So, what's up, NK? What's up, Archaea? Yeah, let's see. I love when you do that. You be dropping wisdom. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's up, D? I wasn't reading the comments. What's up, Mike? So yeah, yeah, I honestly feel bad for Remy Ma because it's like that's one of those situations where a person can't even see it. They don't see the problem that they are. Like she don't see that she contributed. Like her going to prison over. And let me tell you something in the hood, how you could get so like caught up in that shit where you'll be inspired by it. Remy Ma's sister did that shit because she said, "Oh, my sister popped a bitch." My sister did it, so Imma do it too. She did that, and that's bad. And then her son, he went through that trauma of being separated from his mother for all those years. She being locked up in a damn cage and then going to see her on conjugal visits with papoose, not knowing if he hearing her screaming in the back room from getting dug out by papoose. Like, I'm pretty sure it's all traumatic. It's all traumatic and dramatic, you know? But anyway, let's move on. So the next thing I want to talk about Cardi B. So yesterday I'm sitting at home, well, with my mom, and I'm seeing that she posted this album trailer. So I clicks on it and it's just more generic bullshit. That album trailer was so whack with that ugly ass eye makeup on. Cardi is trying like if you seen that trailer, she's really trying to be white. It's given that she want to be white. Even the scream that she let out was like white girl scream, and then she gonna lay catatonic on that damn car, like Stefan Diggs or Offset even just dug her ass out and left her on the top of that car, laying out catatonic. just laid out on top of the damn car. Like it was just so generic. And then she run into the door, that damn BBL, like you know damn well you don't run like that. Like stop. That ugly ass green eye makeup. It just was like, ew, like I don't know. She's what it is, what's happening with Cardi right now is that all right, they dropped the so you know she put the pre-order link up and all of that. So what to expect in the weeks to come is that she's gonna try to do little things to entice people to um, estimated arrival. Oh, okay. Just get me there. So she's gonna do these little things out. So first and foremost, I told y'all this months ago. I said when she comes out with her album announcement, she's gonna try to do it in like she's gonna do it in a 90-day, which she's doing now, so that she could get the pre-orders up for the album, and so that she could do little slick stuff like use her debit and credit card, and send it all through the family of Dominicans and tell them buy 10 albums this week, buy 10 this week, do this, do that. That's what they trying to do. They think they really slick though. We're gonna see what the buying power really does and the pure sales. So that's what they trying to do. And then she's trying to drop little things like here and there to entice people to buy more. So it's like last week they had that rollout. This week they did this. And yeah, I get it when it comes to promotion. I just hate when it be when it's copycats copycat strategy. Like do you? You know what I'm saying? You was just recently, remember she was on Spaces a few months ago talking about, oh, Lady Gaga did this and she dropped this and then she just dropped her album. So why you ain't just do that? Why you feel like you need a 3 month build up? I mean, for what it's worth, you ain't campaign like that. You ain't have no songs or no remixes bubbling like that. So just drop the damn album. Drop the album. I bet they not going to buy it. What's up? See, she put old songs on it already for the numbers, right? Exactly, for the certifications. That's what they want it for, you know? But I just seen that promotion yesterday for I seen the promotion yesterday for the album. That shit was just tired. Like, what was it again? What did she call that again? The album, it was like what do you call that? I can't think of what it's called again. But I seen that shit and it's like, come on, party. Who are you supposed to look like? Jessica Rabbit or some shit like that? That shit is ugly, that ugly ass eye makeup. Like that shit, and then like that scream she let out and they cracked the walls or the glass or whatever. It's like it didn't even sound like a ethnic scream. It sounded like a white girl scream. Like shut that shit up. Stupid. Number nine is such a young copy. And who's number nine? I bet they not going on. Oh, promo trailer. Yeah. Come on. Like, really? She trying to milk that shit. And then Hot 97, let me put you onto this too. I want to go off so bad, but it's just like you preaching to the choir for certain things, right? I noticed that Hot 97 keep making these posts about party. But what you have to realize is that in a lot of these, and Tyreek Nasheed spoke about this too. A lot of these radio stations be having, and nothing against any of my Hispanic, Latino people, but a lot of these stations be having people up there that push that type of agenda. Yes. And that bitch TT Torres that work at Hot 97, I don't like her. For one, I don't like her because I feel like she has this I feel like but listen, I feel like this is a twofold thing, right? I don't feel like TT Torres, I don't think she really cares for Nikki. But at the end of the day, that's Nikki issue because that's her career. And how Nikki comes off or whatever, her whole persona, her attitude or whatever, that's on her. That's her career at the end of the day. But I think Nikki, she don't kiss ass. And she's kind of like has that Foxy Brown thing. And I remember Foxy even said years ago that she was telling Nikki, like, no, like I took all the shots. Like, you don't have to be like that. Like, you don't got to give it up like that or whatever. Like, I did it. And look where it got me. But I feel like Nikki is still more powerful than Foxy, so she can do things, but I still feel like it hurts her at the end of the day too. Because if you look at the TT Torres, what they have in unison with Cardi is that they're both Hispanic, Latina women or whatever. But the label, but the record, the radio station will push Cardi and push her, push her, push her. And I know that that shit is coming from TT Torres because she's the program director over there. Program directors get choose and get say so over what gets pushed. And she always and remember she had that was she in that wasn't TT Torres in that reality show or something with Miss Deb or whatever? she was in that show or whatever with Miss Deb, and she was like kind of like hating on a girl who wanted to rap like in an animated way. I can't remember what she said exactly, but I remember her having like some questionable her energy towards Nikki is very like subliminal, and it's kind of like you could tell she don't really care for her. But I will tell you this, I do think that this is real. I think on a fan level, right? I think certain things that people can say can be true, but I think it may be more so in a protective way, right? Like, we've heard before, like I heard before that Foxy was a bitch and people would say all types of stuff about her. But the thing I realized once I got older was she didn't let people handle her a certain type of way, like handle her, like, she just didn't allow it. And I think with Nikki being that her celebrity is magnified on a whole nother level, and she's really giving it up like that, like not letting people get to her or control her or stuff like that. um, and then also in the days of a Foxy versus a Nicki, everything we could see more. We could see we can see more things, like, and then people were like, oh, she's not a nice person behind the scenes. And I always said that, listen, I don't care how a person treats the industry. I like she cares for her fans and she treats her fans really well. But at the end of the day, though, too, you know that that can have a snowball effect. Do you know what a snowball effect is? Like that shit, it can be a long lasting thing, like, So I wonder why TT Torres for Hot 97, is it just like a Latina thing she has in connection with Cardi, where, why they push her so much on that network? Or is it that, did she have a run in with Nicki, or maybe she couldn't really get to Nicki like that to, because, stations like to use artists too. So I just wonder what that is, because she's definitely showed some sort of uh she shows some ugly. I would say that it's ugly, or it's like subliminal energy towards Nicki. They said they said she said about Monique, they label you as difficult and why stand up for yourself, right? And this is why I tell people when it comes to Cardi, remember when when she came in the game, and like even still now, she kisses a lot of ass, and it's like, but let's be objective, right? If this is your job per se, should you be nice? Should you be like, but I think Nikki is very peachy in ways, maybe like behind the scenes, like how she did that thing with the whole pickle juice situation, where she was just like, if I would have stayed for the pickle juice, you have to stand up for yourself, or people will handle you any type of way. That's in any industry, any job, right? You have to stand up for yourself. So Clarissa Shields is a good girl. Yes, that was her hating because the girl was inspired by Nicki, see? And I been didn't like TT Torres. It's something about her that I just don't like. And it's like anytime I see a person applauding a fraud, anytime I see any person, like I question. And when I be in the comments of these blogs and I see so many black women rallying for party, I just feel like something is wrong with them. I don't care how you feel. I feel like something is wrong with them. Like it's something wrong. But in our community, yeah. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Type one if you can hear me. Contains rotate. Okay, now you can. Yeah, somebody called me. My brother was calling me like, "Do you know if mom went to sleep last night because she's not answering?" Negro, it's 12:12. Like, come on. Maybe she's retired. Give her some chance. Give her a chance. Just because you call somebody like, "Yo, we'll just call all day." Leave me the hell alone. I feel like how like with my friend mother, when the little kids used to fight, and she'd be like, they used to come run to her so much, like, Nana, Nana. She got to a point, she was like, don't come to me unless it's blood. Like, nigga, like, don't like leave her alone. Ain't you at work working from home? Get to work. The hell alone. They keep promoting Jaguar right after all the horrible things. Listen, I said that too. Ty Wood, Ty. Understand, but a lot of these fans love drama, and maybe even some of you who are in this chat. Let me read your tweet. Nikki promoting Jaguar right after all the horrible things she said. Jaguar spearheaded the whole surviving the petties thing. She did, but listen, that's because she don't like Nikki at all. Nikki retweeted it. Listen, I would be more transparent, but I know how people run with info. But listen, I can't even fully support Azealia Banks publicly and I still do it because nobody owns me. I can't do that without people questioning me, like, "Oh, why you like this person?" But does she even go as hard as Jaguar Wright? Like, really? She might not. She might say certain things about Nicki. I think she respects Nicki as an artist, but if she dislikes certain things, then that's her. Like, I realized that back in the and you know what solidified this to me? I had a conversation with Foxy Brown before in the DM, and her and Remy Ma don't get along. And I just remember, just to be very brief, like she was like, I was like, it was something I was saying about like Remy, and she was like, "Why do you listen to that rat?" Right? Mind you, that's my favorite female rapper. If she knows that I listen to Remy's music, who am I gonna hide for? Now, all stats, no matter how much Nicki is decorated, she is definitely my second favorite female rapper for sure. It doesn't matter how much Foxy sold or her downfalls or how many much more Nicki has sold over her. That will always be my favorite. Like the experience and everything from the beginning to the end. It will always be. Of course, Nicki has done more iconic things than her, but Foxy is my favorite. But I say that to say is like if I told my favorite artist, like if I'm listening to somebody who she directly beefed with, I'm not hiding from nobody. I don't know about y'all. This is why I feel like people be lying about who they like. I'm not hiding from nobody. Me and Nikki the same age. If I like somebody, I like them. If I don't, I don't. If you choose not to like me because of that, that's on you. At the end of the day, my bills still get paid, right? But I did see that who said that in the comments? Ta. I do see. I did see that, right? But I'll give Nikki some grace. Maybe she does. Maybe she's not aware of Jaguar right on that level. But why is it that when if she posts somebody who like say she posted Erica Banks or if she posted somebody, they will be flooding the comments about each and everything that they said. Yo, I never forget one of my friends. She's not really like my close friend, but just a content creator I've been following since 2009. She did this video of I think she did a video when she was talking about looking ass niggas or whatever. And she was just kind of critiquing Nicki on some of the lyrics of like why this and why that or whatever. And I remember I had posted one of her videos years after that happened, and the person was in the comments immediately on Twitter, like, "Oh, I don't like her because she said something about Nicki." So why wasn't y'all under that Jaguar Wright post? Why wasn't y'all under there saying that? Because y'all pick and y'all choose. Because y'all like when Nicki be attached and assigned to mess. Y'all like it when y'all bored, when it's off season, when it's like no music out or whatever. It's a low simmer. Y'all like it. Y'all like to be in the mix. But if it's anybody else, if it was JT or if it was any content creator, because y'all know how y'all love to even try to expose content creators to saying different stuff. I remember even it was this person who was a content creator who Nikki went live with on a TikTok, right? This person used to micromanage my video titles and everything. Like, what does this mean? It meant what I typed it up to be. That's what it meant. Do you think you're gonna make me stop? And this person will be on Twitter, knowing that Nikki followed them, trying to. I don't know if you think that if you would have got me to be unfollowed that first, that I would even have cared. My bills still get paid, and I still wake up every day. But this person even got exposed as being a fraud. That was so crazy. You see, like, let me tell you something about life, right? As much as I'm very candid and I'm open and I tell y'all stuff, right? I'm still very limited. And people don't like when you have a personality or something that they can't get to behind the scenes. And a lot of people really do want to know me more. And I just don't. I feel like in this space, to be honest with you, it's just not safe because I see a lot of different things and different creators that I don't like. I might like their content, but I don't like them as a person, to be honest. And that's frank. And it's a lot of them. I feel like their content is really good, but I don't really like them. And they probably don't like me, but I've learned that in this space, do you. Like it's great to see. Like I love when I see the Diddy trial and I see people out there and they have that camaraderie and they doing them. But a lot of the times, like it just be a lot of fake shit. It just do. It is do. It's supporters. It's creators who I do support. But I just feel like this space it gets really toxic. So for me, it works best for me to stay to myself. Like I'm comfortable there. And plus, I really real life got a lot of shit going on in the background. Like family aging and my mom being there for her for different family situations, my job, I'm constantly trying to progress and price and in the project management space and grow and it's attain more information. So coming out here to do this is kind of mindless to me. It's a treat. It's like it really is. So you know but yeah, yeah, I wish I don't I'm gonna give Nikki some grace on that. I think that if she was fully aware of the things that Jaguar Wright said about her, I don't think she would have posted her. So I'll say that she probably don't know. All right. I understand why she retweeted the video, but I couldn't. Not the way she talked exactly. Her husband and the child, Lexi, you get it. I couldn't get it. And I feel like if you standing on big business, if y'all stand on big business about anybody else, and it's just like people was even in my comments talking about, no, this is different. No, it's not different. It's just that you want her to be in some mix of a rock Nick. And I'm gonna even take this a step further too. Love Nikki down, but I'm not dragging Beyonce down over some fan, over some behind. Listen, that's your that listen, these people in big business. I ain't getting a crumb of their wafer or their money or nothing like that. I understand it though. I get it. I understand how it looks. But imagine me, like I've given support to both B and Nikki, right? Both. And the thing about it is I still support Nikki more. I've never purchased any merchandise from B at all, right? But I just feel like it's very sheep, like for all of a sudden I'm supposed to wake up and turn and then all of a sudden I hate B. No, I don't think y'all realize that you feel as though that you supporting an artist that you doing that because it's making you seem real. But to a person from like me that's watching from a bird's eye, you look fake. Nah, just be neutral. It's nothing wrong with being neutral. You don't got to drag people down. That's why I be saying like people don't deserve my friendship or my energy because I see how they move. If you a person, if I'm watching you from a bird's eye and I see you flip on other people just like that, like nah, stay neutral. What's wrong with that? Stay neutral. Be neutral. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't got to tear another person down. And I think that's why, like, having that situation when I was telling Foxy, like, oh, Remy something, and she was just dead ass, like, why do you listen to that bird? And I said, I support a lot of the ladies in New York. And she still DM'd me after that. She didn't get mad at me. So why am I gonna hide that if I like another artist? Not hiding from nobody. I'm not, because I know that a lot of y'all for a fact. I know y'all stream. Now listen, I I know that y'all stream people who y'all act like y'all don't like on the timeline. I know for a fact you do. You could check my Spotify shit though. I don't stream. Listen, I don't because I don't have to pretend. But I be feeling like a lot of people pretend. Real talk. And how could she go from Offset and get with the Stefan knowing he also be with other women? Because she don't care because it's a look. You heard what she said. She want to find ass N word. So she wants that to contribute to the interest. You have to realize this is I believe that he could be getting he could be getting her kitty box, right? But Precious probably also told her, like, you need to draw interest, Cardi. You need to have some sort of interest into this next era. And you know that people get in these relationships just like I don't feel like Moneybag Yo and Megan was ever in a real relationship. That was not a real relationship. That was a PR relationship. She was aware of Jaguar, but it was more about the message. No, I listen, Tiana, I disagree with you. I disagree with you fully. You seen what Nikki did to Nosy Ho. I think when Azealia Banks had a page too, is she was saying certain things too. She got her Instagram page was deleted too because yeah, I remember that. Now I can't remember everything about it, but I know that she was saying certain things that she shouldn't have said, like, oh, like I'm not even gonna repeat it because no, that's just that perpetuates stuff. But yeah, but it wasn't bad like the message that Jaguar was pushing, surviving the petties and this and that, and pushing the Jennifer Hub, talking about the child and all of that. I don't care what you say, it's not about the message. You disrespect my child, or remember how she went hard on Megan, saying that you talk about somebody's family just over the Megan's law line? No, that's serious to me. I don't think Nikki knows about Jaguar right. I'm gonna give her that credit because I don't think that she would have did that. Just to be frank with you, I don't think that she would have pushed Jaguar at all. I get why Nikki posted because Demaray's story is yeah, but I get that the story should be pushed, but who it was attached to, and I'm saying this that I don't have an issue with listen because I don't converse with or have a relationship with Jaguar at all. Do your thing. She's made her niche online by she's made her niche online by doing the things that she does, whether I believe in her or not, right? That's a fact. But the thing about it is that if Nikki was to like something like like picture this, right? If something about Nikki is posted on the shade room and Erica Banks goes under the comments, or if Ice Spice goes under the comments, it's to me, right? Y'all should be chill on Ice Spice because Jaguar said way worse. So it's like to me, you have to understand, like, this is what I'm saying, like about being well-rounded and trying to be analytical and objective about things. You tell me, so it's okay. It's okay for her to post Jaguar right, but y'all be down Ice Spice. She can't even comment on Nikki's stuff without y'all being on, not y'all per se, but I'm saying just, figuratively. But people would be down her throat like about anything. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. And she didn't even say that. She just, what did she say? She felt like Nikki wanted her publishing, and she said, "What did she say? She's delusional like my mom." She said some distasteful things. But if you want to balance that and weigh it based off of what Jaguar did and the whole surviving the petties and all of that, come on, come on. I know you know that that don't measure up at all. I just be in the moment. You just and you have to admit it. I think that taking the first step is admitting that I like drama. I do. Some people just need to admit it. You like drama. Same. I love me some Nikki and defend her from time to time, but I'm 35. I'm not about to argue with everyone just because they said something about Nikki. I'm too old for that. Let me tell you something, Lexi, right? And this is why I feel like I developed my the attitude and the approach that I have for celebrities, right? And this is, I don't think there's nothing wrong with this, but I remember like DMing with Foxy, right? And it would be like Little Kim fans, and they would be disrespecting her in her comments, right? On her page, on her Instagram. At this point, I was 35, Lexi. This was like for like maybe like 5, 6 years ago, right? A little probably over it, right? I remember it was probably like maybe like 2018, 19, right? So I remember actually like because that's back when I would like DM her or whatever, right? And then that's when I noticed as well, and I still love her down too, right? But I noticed that the close proximity to the celebrity, I don't really care for. I don't because I just don't because I feel like then I start to see different sides of your personality, and I feel like it may ruin my experience of you. Because I think that listen, even Nikki, they all have different sides of their personality. She might do some stuff I don't like sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? They all do. So when I noticed that, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna respect from a fan point of view because I don't really want that up close. I just don't because I feel like it ruins it, to be honest with you, right? But what I was trying to say was, it's like she'll be like to me, like, yo, like how you letting these people disrespect me? And one of the things she would say is like Nicki fans go so hard for her because that's like, she loves Nicki and she pays attention to that and she sees how hard her fans go. But one thing I had to make Foxy very clear of is that like I understand how you feel fully, but I'm not that 16-year-old kid that's on foxboogie.com no more. Like I got a whole job, a whole career. Like I don't have time to be arguing with people in the comments. And then also that negative energy, block them. Like, why do I have to argue back in the comments to show some sort of love for you? I'm not doing that. Like, nah. And then I noticed when she like once I did that, she would like say like, "Oh, damn, my fans overseas, they go so hard for me. Like they go harder than the ones in the US or whatever." And then, right, I will say this. And me and her fans, because we have like a fan group that we speak to on Twitter, right? And imagine this. This person who she was giving all this like praise to, they ended up being this op ass. Like, this is why I say you can't trust people behind profile pics with celebrities because these people run multiple fan pages. Like, I'm pretty sure some Nicki fans, like, it's probably like them big pages. It's like a career for them. They'll have remember that they tried to expose Pedro for having the celebs of Cardi or whatever? Hmm. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do think that that's suspicious. But what I'm trying to say is these people are weird. They have multiple pages. They do it just to get likes and engagement, and they care about stuff like that, right? So this page that was going so hard in quotation for Foxy, and she was basically like, "Damn, my fans overseas go harder than the ones over here." The person got exposed, leaking conversations that she had with them. Where she would be saying like some, slightly little like this is towards Kim or whoever that she was talking about. But it was the fact that this person screenshot it and exposed mad shit. And I said, "Oh." I ain't even gonna lie to you. When that shit happened years later, I'd be telling the fans in the group that now I said that shit was so funny to me because she boosted them up so much. Nah, that was the drawing point for me when I realized I was like, in regards to any celebrity, no. That's why if you notice my energy, like even when Nikki would have like her spaces or whatever, I don't ever ask to get on stage. I feel like that situation changed me forever. Like I just don't really care. Like I care about the music and the experience and like all of those things, but I don't want to be close to anybody. I don't. I just feel like it changes your perception of the artist. Like, and I don't want that to change. I always want to have respect for the people music who I love. So yeah. Let's see. Nikki and Rock Nation is their business. They don't have shit to do with me. See, but if you say that to some people, they'll say you fake. That shit don't got nothing to do with me. It don't. I respect you. Listen, and it be people who trying to call you fake or whatever. And I've spent way more money than you. Like not you per se, but I'm just saying you probably have done way more than them. You showed up to a tour. Some people go to multiple tours, like, some people buy all the merch and all of that. Now, I'm a person, they might say that I'm fake like this. Like I seen I don't like I feel like I love the sneakers that Nikki got for girls, but they just not for me. Like, but some people might like, oh, you're fake. No, I think that they look amazing. I love those strawberry shortcake ones. I think those are the best ones and the all white ones, right? They're just not a sneaker for me. It's just not for me, and that's okay. But you know what? I had a $500 tour ticket. Anytime she dropped music, I support it on all platforms. I stream it. I buy merch. So you got to show. You can show up in different ways. You don't have to be a heckler. Shit, and then look at my channel. You see how many different videos even right now as I'm talking, like you see how many videos that I've done. So I remember this person came with my comments. They was like, "I think you're a Cardi fan." Let me tell you something, baby. If I loved Cardi, there would be nothing that you would be able to do to stop me from saying it. It would be nothing. You can actually, if listen, if I was saying something in a derogatory sense, you can see all the videos on my page. I have multiple videos talking about Cardi. You would be able to clearly tell this boy clearly don't like her. He don't. But she's in this hip hop space, so I'm gonna talk about it. Yeah, for sure, for sure. If I like somebody, I don't know what if me if you think that if you gleaned from my videos that I like her, I don't know what love would be. That's weird. I think you probably like her. Whoever said that to me they said that on my community wall. You probably like her ad. But let's see, Nikki defended. I think that's what you meant, Roger. I don't think Cardi was going for the white look, but more of a gothic, scary. Yeah, with Jessica Rabbit meets. Yeah, I ain't like that shit though at all. But I mean, what do I like from her? This is rich people's problem. I stay in my lane. What's up, Verdant? Um, yeah, Cardi is a clown. I hope she don't take Stefan serious. Stefan just digging her out because he gets a mutual benefit out of being around her too. It's a mutual benefit for off season. NFL season soon come, be back soon in September, right? Like it'll be back soon. That's when that's when football season start, right? Be back soon. He'll be around enough baddies, and then Cardi will be going on tour, and then he'll be back around another chick. That's just how it goes. And then also, a story is all about how you tell it, right? When she was out there and they was in that castle overseas or whatever, right? He had a whole crew with them, so they all probably not saying that he can afford it, but I'm pretty sure he can afford it. He got money, but he wasn't there just for them. Like they was there, they was practicing or doing whatever they were doing on off season, because they about to rev up in a few months and get back to the whole football thing. So I'm pretty sure they train and they do all types of things like throughout the summer. And it's probably like dope for them to be overseas and have that money. It's like they don't got to stay in the US. So he's over there doing what he do, and she's just a tag along. He's like, I can't believe he did this castle for us. No, it wasn't just for you, sweetheart. He wouldn't have rented that out just for you. Like, South, listen, stop it. Jaguar on every nosy channel egging Nikki slander. See? hmm Jaguar has said hateful, ugly things about Nikki and her family. See? But you don't see nobody in the comments saying that. But let me do a video and say X, Y. Like I remember when that whole shit happened. When what happened with that? What was that video? What was that video when oh, what was it? I think when Nikki had spoke up about the whole NFL thing, and I think I put in my title, you have to realize this. For one, I would never disrespect Nikki on that type of level. But I think I put in my title like Nikki should have shut up. Like I was basically saying in my video, let the men hash that shit out. Like let them hash it out and figure it out. Because I feel like she's always on the front lines for them. But then when stuff be going on, little weird shit behind the scenes, they don't ever step up. They don't ever speak out. They never do. I don't care how you feel about that. And they talk about, oh, her loyalty, whatever. Listen, I understand. Little Wayne gave Nikki the key. She gave her he gave her the push and the chance and the opportunity. And this is why she's here. I get it. I understand it. And she probably does feel indebted to him for life. I understand. But these are men. Men, let men figure it out. That was my whole thing. And people was just like this one person who ended up being a fraud, they were saying like, oh, look at this title. Like, look what you wrote. So what? You don't control my titles. I don't think about you when I write a title. I think about it and I push post. That's how it goes. All right. So India said people can never keep things fair across the board. They always make it an exception. Yes, they do. So whatever fits their narrative. Even what Meg said was peanuts to thank you, Ta. See, Ty, you get it. It's selective outrage. Yes, Indigo. I believe everyone has ish with them, and I don't put Nikki on a pedestal as if she don't have ish with her. We all do. We all do. We all do. And certain people energy drain me sometimes too. I bet you that nobody are going to buy that album. Somebody is going to buy it, Roger. They will. We'll just have to see how far it goes up. Lexi, she was behind that nosy thing saying on every panel with her. Yes, she hates Nikki. She don't like her at all. Exactly. My personal life is too peaceful. I have a career and kids, and I wish I would spend all day arguing online with strangers, right? Hey, go Tigers. Hey, boo, are you doing a walking challenge this month? Yeah, I'm gonna be posting that soon. Actually, I'm gonna post that later. When I get home to Houston, I want to go. I gotta lock in. I need to go to the gym because when I was upstate New York, I did not go to the gym. Like I was on a 139-day streak too of like making 20,000 steps per day. So when I get home tonight, I'm definitely going to the gym. I got to go back to work tomorrow too. And this is a short week, so my job is really good. So Friday is the holiday. So typically on Thursday they'll let us out at like 12 o'clock. So I can't wait. So this is a very short week for me. So tomorrow, Wednesday, then we get paid Thursday. Yeah. So orthopedic looking, definitely not for me. Oh, you talking about the sneakers, orthopedic looking? Listen, but I do think that the strawberry shortcake ones for girls, they do look nice. The all white ones, they do look nice. They just not for me, and that's okay. Like, and you know what's so crazy too, right? I remember when she came out with she had her wrap snacks, right, with those chips, and I think at that time you had to buy like a big case of it. Now me, I was like, I don't want a whole case of potato chips. I don't want a whole case of chips, like, you know what I'm saying? All that sodium, nah, I don't want that. But what I did do is, maybe like a few weeks later, and I purchased, I went into a store and I purchased like a few bags of it, like a few weeks later. I just didn't want a whole case of potato chips. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You support how you support, but like, shit, when it was time for me to get a good ticket or whatever, I did my thing. Like, I show up. Hey, Potent, what's up, Wise Fox? Nice to see you live again. Yeah, I don't go live like that, but I figured I was in the airport, so I should. I got about 10 more minutes left. So outside isn't even Cardi's song. Yeah, I seen the whole expose on that. And didn't she have that happen with her song Up too? Remember something like that happened with Up where somebody was saying that she stole the song too? Everything is so expensive in the airport. Like I tell you, that Cinnabon place is calling me. I keep smelling it. I'm like, mm. But you know what it is with Cinnabon? Every time I smell it and then I have it, it's not as good as it smells. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like when I get it, I want it to be soft and good and gooey. And then I've been watching this stand. It's not busy, so I know that shit is hard. It's not good. I want to get it when it's busy. Like when I'm in the mall in Houston, that should be jumping. So when you get it, it's gonna be good and like you know what I mean. What's up, Bratty? Let's see. Yeah. So I wonder why Offset can't pop out with a black woman. Did you see the new girl he dating? I think I did see some. I did. I think I did. I think I did. You know. But anyway, what do you think about Diddy? Like, you think Diddy is definitely guilty? I think he's going down. They said that the family they had like a prayer in the courtroom or whatever. I seen his daughter was crying at court. Why are you crying now? Like, don't cry now. Like, it is what it is. Like, and I can understand. Like, I didn't say I don't want to be insensitive because I can't imagine. They probably see their dad in one way. They probably see their dad one way, and then for all of these things to come out about him, that's traumatizing. But they took those girls out of the courtroom, and all of those women were testifying and giving their account of things. So, oh man, could you imagine, man? I just don't understand how people just play with their net worth on things like this. Like, yo, and I know a lot of y'all don't like Jay-Z by default, just with the Rock Nation situation or whatever. But I always said this and I stick to it. I know his lawsuit just recently got thrown out against that woman too, right? But I'm gonna say this, and I always felt like Jay Z. Now, listen, I know he probably had that relationship inappropriate or whatever with Foxy, and I'm not saying that it was right because back in the day, a lot of people was having inappropriate relationships, right? I was just on a plane with this lady. She was telling me her husband is going through dementia. This lady is 74 years old. Her husband is 91. Huh? Huh? Yeah, it's been going on. So Jay-Z is what age and Foxy is what age? It's like that 10-year gap. It's like, Mm. I don't think he should have been with her. I'm not clearing it up, but I felt like back in those days it was normalized. Look at R. Kelly and damn R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Like it was normalized. And I don't think it's right though, because I told y'all shit. When my friend was in she was going in 12th grade, she was pregnant by a damn 33-year-old, 32-year-old. And that guy never was, even to this day, he's never been in his daughter's life at all. So if he was 33 back then, I've been out of high school since 2001. She graduated in 2000. So that's 20. So if he was 30, he almost 60 now. Damn, she was fucking them old niggas. He was fucking them old niggas. That's crazy. People just see dollars, right? But why jeopardize your net worth over just, and I'm gonna tell you this, and I know all of y'all know this too. Intimacy is great. The connection, all of that, the release, I get it. But why do you need it so much to the point where you just are these people so bored? Like, I can't stress this enough, right? You know how money makes money, right? I follow a few vloggers on YouTube. So content vloggers. So whether they're flying to Paris to see Beyonce or whether they're flying to different places, do you know that these people write off a lot of their expenses, especially if they're vlogging from their home, which is like luxury? They get to write off a lot of expenses. It's actually smart. So if I was rich like a Diddy, I would be traveling like I would be the best vlogger. I would have like the best. Yo, I'll be like this week we gonna fly to France. We ain't buying the airport Dubai chocolate. We gonna fly to Dubai and get that chocolate. We gonna do all types. I will be doing nice stuff for my subscribers. Like I will be doing donations just to like get tax write-offs and all of that. It's like, how do you get to a point of having so much money where you're just that? When I tell you, I would never be bored. I would never be bored. That's why you got a person like Mr. Beast on YouTube, because I'm pretty sure he took that money from his channel and he reinvested it into himself. He reinvested it, so he makes really good content. He pushes the bar with his I don't like the content, I don't watch it, but do I see him when I go to Walgreens and they selling the Feastable chocolates? He's made his mark from YouTube. He made a mark, right? And we know that these algorithms push white people out way more. We ain't gonna turn the blind eye to that either. But he's made this mark and he's progressed and upgraded. But why is it that with a lot of us, when it's like we get money, we don't know how to act? Like we just abusing people. It's like, nah, you know what? To be frank, and maybe it's because I'm an ambivert, I'm an introvert and extrovert. Listen, I ain't trying to abuse nobody. I actually want your ass away from me. Not in the sense that I don't want that, but it's like you got to be careful. And as I was trying to relate this to Jay-Z, I always said that Jay-Z was smart enough. He was smart. When that whole lawsuit stuff came out, and I ain't saying that he's scotch-free, that he ain't never did anything, but I always felt like this, and this is before YouTube or anything. I always felt like Jay-Z was smart enough. He had this celebrity. He did not let he knows better. He's conscious of who he keeps around him. Because I'm gonna tell you this, years ago, he said this in an interview. He said, "You got to set up 10 meetings even to just meet me." He said, "You got to say," he said, "you got to speak to the person, to the person, to the person, to the person." Why are people why was Diddy with Cassie routing and recruiting people off Craigslist? Think about that. Think about your stature and all of that. You mean to tell me now, at the end of the day, this is why I say a lot of these celebrities, even the ones who we love on that level, they want to be regular like us too. They're actually prized prisoners. Yeah, they walk around with security and all of that. They don't really want to be with that. Imagine not having the feeling of being able to get up and go gas up your car and go to the damn grocery store or go on a random walk up the street in your house up the street from your house on like the in whatever fashion place or district or strip that has stores. You just can't do those things. I'm telling you, these people are prisoners. They can't do that. They can't. So that's why I think sometimes with Cardi, when you see like random clips of her going to a Target in a weird place in New Jersey because nobody don't know she gonna be there. But I think she does that just to have normalcy. Because even Whitney Houston spoke about that. That I can agree with because Whitney Houston was just like, I just pumped gas in my own car the other day, like when she was talking to Wendy Williams. So you need to do certain things to feel normal. A lot of this shit is so robotic with these celebrities, and this is why they don't. This is why I feel like they tone deaf to certain situations where it's just like you're way off because you don't know what it's like to be in general pop. To be honest with you, like you need, and that's why Kanye West. Remember, he said something about this before. He was like, you need. He was like, he flies commercials. Sometimes he's like, you need to be around people. Like all of those degrees of separation, it makes these people crazy. It makes them entitled, as they probably should be, right? But I can guarantee you, I can promise you, if I had Diddy money, right? Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? But if I had Diddy money, baby, I would be giving back in a major way, like to the people and like to all types of people. I would be living my life like in a way to where it's like I give back, but you really don't have access to me like that. I'm gonna donate to whether it's boys and girls centers or building up my community and where I'm from in upstate New York, and maybe doing affordable housing, or even if I didn't do affordable housing, maybe doing it nice and whatever I did, right? But I would give back, making sure that my nieces had a full run of tuition paid off, sponsoring some kids to go to college to pay off their full tuition or whatever. I would be doing stuff like that. But it's like you taking this money and you got to have these freak offs just to get ejaculations and climaxes. Like, is ejaculation that much? Like, is it that serious? And I'm you speaking to a person. I love intimacy, but it's not worth it to for a headline, and it's not worth it for me to have to spend money on litigation and on lawyers and counsel. No, it's not worth it. I don't get people. So that's why when I see situations like with Diddy and then Tyler Perry, I'm hoping that that Tyler Perry situation is a fluke. I don't know. I feel like that story's a little odd because why would you let a person climb up in the bed with you and touch on your thighs and do all of that and you just now saying something now? Like, did he try to settle with Tyler before and he was just not feeling it? Because I can imagine when having those text messages and all of that, he was trying to embarrass Tyler Perry. He was. He had to be. So let's see. Diddy is a monster. Let's see. Hey Queen Evie. I feel like he may serve some time, but I do think he gave up some names to get a lighter sentence. They said that even now, while they're deliberating, that he could get a plea deal in real time. They were okay with it at the time. Diddy not perfect. No human is. I feel like some. Right, we not perfect, but are we sex demons? Like, I feel like something happened to Diddy when he was younger for him to be that enthralled with intimacy. No, and maybe it's just like, and listen, I understand we all live different lives, but I don't think that I could ever get to the point. Like, what I want is I would want a nice ass house. It don't even got to be in a gated community. It just got to be in a certain type of community. Listen, I want a bank account that makes money on its own. Yo, let me tell you something. I spoke to one of my aunts recently, and she told me like, and she's frugal as hell, but she got money. She was telling me, she said, "Hey, she said I have money in my stock account that I've been saving since I've been working in the '80s as a lawyer." She said, "I'm a millionaire." She said, "I have over almost $4 million in my account." She said, "Every year I make over $500,000 just in interest on it." She said, "I will never be." She's like, "And then once I retire, I'm gonna draw probably like 150 to 200 every year just to live off of or whatever." Right? That's crazy. And this is why like people talk about like new money Negroes and people getting money and wearing the designer and all of that. I even got to get out of my whole little sneaker phase or whatever. Because I should be taking that money and stashing it and throwing it and putting more money in the IRA. I should be. Like a lot of my little habits, I'm about to just stop them because having that conversation with my aunt last week, it just really changed my mind. She was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Come on. Imagine having money stashed up in your damn savings and your she said, and that's the thing, right? And she made that known to me. She said, "Oh, I'm a millionaire off stock alone." That's not even have nothing to do with her savings. Off stock alone. That's what she said explicitly. And you know, lawyers speak explicitly. Off stock alone. Interest. She said, "I get over $500,000 a year on interest." She gonna live off the interest. She said, "I can't wait to retire in September." She said, "I'm gonna make more money in retirement than I did working for the government." That's crazy. That be making me feel like, and I'm doing pretty good to be a single person, no kids or whatever, but I could be doing more. I could be doing more. Real talk. Like we all could be doing more. You can't beat yourself up. Everybody has a different path, right? But I could be doing more. And I know that I could be. So let's see. Let me read a few more comments. I got to about 1250. Um those MJ incognito vids pop up sometimes. Short-term satisfaction will cost you, right? Right. When I heard and, when they were doing the test when Cassie was doing her testimony and she revealed that they was getting people off Craigslist, that's how I knew it was a problem. I'm like, like, how you letting these people have access to you, not realizing who you are? Like, even us as regular people, and we got something going on, we know that even in the hood, we can't be associated with certain family members. because they don't go for good. They don't go for good. Like, yo, I constantly think now that if I didn't have my mom's side of the family, or if they was just like my dad's side of the family, I would be cooked. I would be a different type of person. Real talk. I would be a different type of individual. I probably would have been in prison. Most of my like my dad, he didn't go down for anything like that, but he definitely could have. But my uncles, all of them drug dealers, all of them. But one of my uncles got unalive because of that. Just drugs. I would have lived a completely different life. I thank God for to have a praying mother who just you know? Not for nothing, but my mom, because she and a lot of us, right? You can't people like to classify us like, oh, you think you better or whatever. No, my mom grew up in the slums. She grew up, yo, let me tell you this. Yo, let me just tell you this, how shit changes people, right? My family grew up, they didn't have no welfare, and even if yours did, it doesn't matter because you can always pivot, right? But I remember my grandparents come from the Great Depression, and I remember like in the 50s or in the 60s, my aunt told me, the one who's she's like the wealthiest one in our family. She told me, she said that they was having a bake sale at school. And she was like, she seen 35 cent in her mother's room, which is my grandmother, and she picked it up. She said that her mother went to work and she had to come back from work from the bus stop because she couldn't get to work because somebody took the 35 cent that she put away for the bus. And she was like, oh my God. She was like, I felt so low. I was a little girl then. She said, that's why when I got my first check as an attorney in the 80s, she said, I sent my mother $1,000 immediately. And she was giving her money off of every check that she got paid. She was shaving off like hundreds of dollars to my grandmother. And then once my grandmother died in the 80s, you know, my grandfather was like, "Hey, you're gonna have to cut it off because she passed away and it's gonna it was still going in her account." So, but my aunt was just like, that's why she related so much. She was like, Straw, the movie Straw that just came out. She said it made her cry because she was like growing up. She said people don't know what it's like growing up in poverty. Now, this is the person who makes over $300,000 like a year. And so she was like, when she was crying, my little cousin, her daughter is like 32 now. She was like, "Why are you crying?" And she was like, in that moment, I felt like I did something wrong because she doesn't know the struggle. But I was just like, telling my aunt, like, she's not gonna know that struggle. She's living in your blessing. You took all the shots so that she don't have to go through that. She said, I know, but she should be able to relate, but she couldn't relate to it at all. Do y'all ever notice that when like certain people in your family or even you can't relate to like a struggle? Maybe you are on the in the blessing side of like your mom doing, and growing up poor and then she did well so that you didn't have to struggle. My mom, I feel like we kind of struggled with her though, like real talk. And then once my mom got of age, like my mom didn't start making the good, like over $100,000 until she was probably like in her late 40s, almost 50. My mom didn't make the bulk of her money until she was like older, to be honest with you. Yeah. And that's why I tell my nieces now, like, get your college done. Like, and to be honest with you, my mom she did good for her life because my mom only had an associate's degree and she was still able to make close to 150,000, like for multiple years until she retired. So she did good for herself. And that's why she's able to live nice now. Like she got a pension, she get her pension, which is a nice chunk per month, and she get her social security. Like she living in a nice apartment that costs like almost 3,000. I'm like, this is wasteful, but she worked hard. That if anything, that makes me scared. When I get her age, am I gonna have a pension? Am I gonna be able to be like, oh, the rent is how much? Almost 3,000? Oh, it's no issue. I don't got no problem. Shave it off and still got thousands left for the month. Shave it off, shave off that rent, still got thousands left. Like we need to be us, the young people, the younger people. We got to start looking at our life like, what is our life going to look like 20 years from now? Or if you 30 and going into your 50s, 60s, 20 years from now, you got to look at what is that going to look like? Are you going to be the Walmart greeter? You're going to be, shaking the damn bell at Walmart? What is that going to look like for you? Mm, that shit is real. Anyway, let me get up out of here because they're about to start boarding. So listen, have a great day. Let me know what you think about anything we spoke about. Cardi B, boring ass album intro. I feel like stupid. It's stupid. Let me know what you think about Remy Ma too, and with her son. I just feel like that shit is so unfortunate. She went to prison. Sister. I don't know if I didn't look up the extent of her sister, but her sister definitely got arrested for shooting somebody and running them over in a parking lot. And now your son is, facing charges for murder. It's just like, damn, like family can't catch a break at all. Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate that. Thanks, go Tigers. Yeah. All right. Well, y'all be blessed. I'm about to get ready to board, and yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. So once I get back home, it's crazy. So I'm getting ready to transition back to New York. So I'll be doing that. Like I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna tell my boss. Maybe I'll ask Chat GPT and see if it can give me something. But yeah, I'm getting ready to transition back. I found my apartment yesterday. I had a viewing. Everything went great. Like, I'm so excited to be back, going back with my mom. So, yeah, I secured the property. So that's done. Don't got to worry about that no more. And then the next thing, I just need to get there. Thank you, D. All right, let me get moving. Y'all be blessed. Peace.